Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Joanna. Thank you so much for coming back. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for visiting. I hope you stay here. This is going to be these are going to be your readings for the month of March. I won't make a long introduction other than lots of exciting changes. Most of the signs have some pretty substantial changes leading to good things. So it's a lot of excitement. I felt a lot of excitement, energy when I was doing most of the signs. So there is very much a lot of new beginnings that I felt are happening. And all of us are going through challenges, minor and major, and it has to do with the energies we are attracting, we are being surrounded by. So it's a lot of interesting things going on. For those of you who want a longer prediction, I have the 6-month videos, and that information is down below, and also exclusive relationship videos or messages for the entire 2018. That information is down below too. I talk about general these are general readings, so I do touch on various aspects, but they don't exclusively focus in on relationships. And with that said, thank you so much for liking, sharing, for making appointments with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate this more than you will ever know. And of course, if that is what you wish, that information is down below for you. Thank you again so much. I wish you best of luck in the month of March. Lots of success, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And now, without further ado, let's get started. Hello, beautiful Pisces. This is going to be a reading for the month of March 2018. Very, very interesting energies. I feel like I am coming out of a coma. I don't know why I want to say that. So let me just go through some of the messages that are coming through, and then we'll go through the cards. It feels very much like the month of March is about changes, and these changes are significant. These are internal changes as well as external changes. The number that is around you is the number 4, which is all about foundation. It's all about stability. It's all about security and structure. You are, or many of you are, in a process of expansion, and therefore there will be new beginning as a result. Because the number 9 is being shown to me, it signifies that some of you will be ending some things, and these could be things that have been detrimental to you for quite some time, or things that have not been working out for you, or simply expired. But I always say endings are not bad endings. As a matter of fact, these endings are also opportunities. Yes, so I'm just going to leave it there. The idea of crossroads is being shown to me, but the way it's being shown to me is you have just crossed your crossroad, or you have already begun the process of being at crossroads. In other words, what I'm feeling for many of you is that you have just started to do something different, or you just began, you just changed, something just changed in your life. That's what I want to say. Something just changed. So you are already, it's almost like fate has directed you in a certain direction, and kind of this is where you are right now. I heard the words, this deserted island, and I thought, okay, that's kind of interesting. So I wrote it down. The number 7 is being shown to me. So this is, 7 is about emotional understanding, emotional mastery. It's also a very spiritual number. So let me just go to the deserted island. When I asked why this was being shown to me, I felt like some of you wish you were on a deserted island, or some of you feel like you have been on a deserted island. So that basically to me says a couple of things. Some of you have felt very alone for a very long time in your current situation, or one that just ended, and some of you wish to be alone because you just simply have had enough of everything that's going on. And this is a big picture energy, but it will affect different aspects of each individual person. I'm supposed to talk about starting over again. So many of you will feel, and the word feel is being underlined, that you are starting over again, or that you have to start over again. And it's almost like I want to say this isn't so bad. It's actually a really good thing. But the concept of needing to start over again, or wanting to start over again, is very much here around the month of March. And then I hear the word decisions, decisions, decisions. The cards that represent the overall energy that is supporting you, or in other words, what is it that you're working on? What's the theme in March? Before I go with the cards, I'm just going to say one more thing that I saw. When I tuned into your energy, I saw you being in the middle of a lake, and the feeling with it was that it was so peaceful, that it was so quiet, that it was like you could, for a very first time in a very long time, able to relax and just be at peace with yourself. So it actually made me feel like I was 8 of Cups, and which is emotionally either detaching from something or leaving something behind. So that was the feeling that I was getting, and the point of it is that card actually showed up. So a theme is 8 of Cups and the card number 20, which is Judgment. What I'm getting here is that, in fact, the month of March seems to be concentrated around relationship or relating to people and needing to decide or deciding to leave something behind. I also hear the words for economical reasons. So some of you are needing to change something for economical reasons. And for some of you, it's just simply you are choosing to go through a different door or move forward in a different way. The Truth card here represents facing something in order to have, I want to say, closure. So this is about finality. This is about looking at the deeper truth and deciding what to do. There seems to be a bit of hesitation around this, but I feel like for some of you it's either work or relationship. So obviously that would be a reason for you to be hesitated. They're saying to me that those of you who this pertains to, you don't align with yourselves anymore, and you don't align with your partner anymore. What does that mean? If you don't align with yourself, it means that you are you've lost yourself in the process, or you've given yourself away. And if you're not aligned with somebody else, well, that's pretty straightforward. So, and he's saying to me, conditions are now different. So many of you, these words will make sense, will mean something to you. So when I say, what is it that you need to leave behind? 2 cards showed up. You have the 5 of Cups in reverse, and then you have the 6 of Swords in reverse. So it feels to me like there was a hesitation at some point down the road, last year at some point. I want to be taken to October for some reason as well, where you were conflicted about the status quo, but you were not sure how to go about it, or if you should do something about it. So there's an inability here to move away from something, and also a feeling of a loss, and focusing on the loss versus what could be gained. That's how it's coming to me. Point is, you're leaving this behind. So if you had a loss at some point and you were not able to move past it, it seems like that is something you either need to leave behind, or you are in a process of leaving this. This card in this position suggests that you are moving on with regret. This is an inability to move on, or stuckness. So you're moving away from this. Or if you are procrastinating about something, then there's a need for you to make a decision. Queen of Wands also showed up. So here's what I feel this is. For some of you, this is around a fiery person, either female or male, makes no difference. For some of you, it's a partnership or relationship. And for some of you, this is about a career. For some of you, this is about a mother. So these feelings that we talked about may connect to your past, but there seems to be either female connected to this, a fire sign, or this is about your career choices or career decisions. So this is what you are leaving behind. Perhaps you are having difficulty moving from this person, or letting go of this person, or letting go of something with this person, but it was in the past. So that is, but it feels to me like this is something recent. Now, moving on to what can we experience in March. 6 cards came out, and I was asked to keep those. So the first card is 10 of Cups in reverse, and then you have a Knight of Cups. What this is telling me, he says, reassure them everything is going to be okay. 10 of Cups is a card that signifies, well, an ending. 10 is number of endings. 10 of Cups is the is a message of emotional everything, happy family. While being in the reverse, it says things are ending. There is an end to either a relationship, a friendship, a home situation, a realization within you, and there seems to be a fast movement around this. Okay. The next set of cards you have is Death and Faith in this deck, which I believe is Hierophant, right? No, it's not a Hierophant. It's High Priestess, I believe. Don't quote me on that. So Death and Faith. That's how I'm going to say it, because that's how it felt to me. Like I said, month of March offers a lot of opportunities for change. Death basically signifies that something in your life is going to be no longer. But this can also pertain to an aspect of you, because this is a major arcana, which signifies the death is going to happen internally more so than externally at this time. So you may feel this coming on. And what they're saying here is have faith that everything is going to be exactly the way you've planned it. So I'm assuming you planned prosperity and happiness. That's actually an interesting comment. I'm going to leave that for a second. So yes, month of March seems to offer opportunities for change, which also offer opportunities of growth. And you're going to have to rely on your faith. This is also suggesting here that you might find someone who will help you through this process. That is someone you trust, an elderly person, a priest, a spiritual figure, someone that you trust. The other part of the message I feel here is, well, the message is have more faith in yourself, but there's also, this is going to sound weird, but I feel some of you have a resistance to the concept that there is someone outside of you giving you guidance. I would call that, let's call it a guide. They're asking me to say that you are attracting to yourself partners from the other world in order to help you through this process. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that, because that's kind of, it's not for everybody. Point is, you can count on those that you can't see to help you through this process. And then I heard the word mom. So maybe for some of you, it's a mother, maybe mother-in-law, or that is what I heard. The next set of cards, you have Ace of Cups in reverse, and then you have Eight of Wands. So this, to me, depending on the reading, suggests different things. What I'm hearing here is that there's going to be fast movement, and something is about to end. To me, this card represents an ending, or or emotional complete separation from something, but also represents to me a new beginning, but with slight delay. So for some of you, there's going to be a slight delay. No, I'm not going to say it that way. I don't know what the fuck I said. How I am going to say it is this way. For those of you who have just ended a relationship, there is a lot of healing that needs to be done. That's one part of the message. The other part of the message is, if you have been hoping to have an emotional renewal, whether it's starting a new career, starting a new hobby, meeting a new person, I feel there's going to be fast movement around this. What I also see is that there's, I don't know why I want to say this. I feel there's a choice you're going to make. This is not these cards don't speak to this, I don't think. But I feel like there's a choice you will have to make. And as a result of making that choice, you will either go one way or the other, which, again, the word separation comes in. So there's definitely a chance of change here. Again, they're saying the conditions are different this time. So I don't know what they're referring to. Perhaps you guys get this, but this statement is just very, very specific. Then I also hear the words expect a miracle. So you might be dealing with being in the middle of a situation and you're not sure if you're coming back or if you're leaving. There's so much coming in. Focus on the results. Be very results oriented. What does that mean? What they're asking you to do is to have focus, to at least have focus. Because when we go through situations and we are scattered all over the place, it can make things seem a little bit more uncomfortable than necessary. But when we have a focus or a certain idea of what we want to achieve, at least we have something to strive towards and therefore be preoccupied with that. Why is this being said? Because many of you will want to have everything done all at once, and you'll want to have your return all at once. And things simply don't work that way. What does that mean? You have to pace yourself knowing that a tree doesn't grow overnight. So this is about stability. This is about the conditions you are in and where you are going and what you are possibly leaving behind. The stronger your foundation, which means the stronger you are within yourself, the less chances you will have of repeating the same thing again. And again, this is a very general statement, but it can apply to any situation in anyone's life. So I just keep hearing, pace yourself, pace yourself, pace yourself. So if you have some decisions to make, do not make them hastily. So the next card you have is the card of Thinker. And what this is saying here is, this is a focus area. Take everything with a grain of salt and see if you can separate yourself from the situation in order to see a clearer picture, clearer vision, or get a better understanding of what's going on. That will allow you to make a choice or decision that you have been sitting on for quite some time. So in other words, don't jump into it hastily, unnecessarily. Take your time in deciding what you want and what you choose for yourself. So this is not about hastiness. This is about structure. Now remember, you have the number 4, which is all about structure and foundation. So a part of me wants to say, take things slowly, but at the same time, don't stagnate and don't remain being stuck in the past, which is this card is suggesting that is what happened in the past. The next card you have is Treasure Island. So this is a focus message, and the focus here is on inner stability and endless possibilities. So remember when they talked about having a focus or having a vision of something? This is about being directed by what you want and how you see yourself in the future versus what you have or what you don't have. I just want to ask him to repeat this. If they have a vision of themselves in the future, they are much more likely to reach it and be less likely to hesitate. Brilliant. Okay. So if you're going through, definitely not this message, I don't think, but that's what I got. If you are going through change, and many of you will be, fantastic. It's like a snake shedding its skin. It is a rebirth, and it doesn't feel fantastic, but the end results can definitely be fantastic. This is all about change. Changes to structure, changes to your foundations, changes to everything that you are, and possibly what you represent. So when we change on that fundamental level, you can pretty much bet that everything in your life is going to change as a consequence. But this is not a bad thing. This is actually a good thing. And he's saying to me, this is representation of expansion, of growth. This is what growth is. This is exactly where growth happens, when you're going through the mud and you can't run, but you would like to, but the conditions are not aligned. I think that's all I have. The number 7 is being shown to me once again. So see what number 7 means to you. If there is a significance, it is number of July as well. And I don't think you have birthday in July. I'm terrible with signs and dates. But 7 is also a very spiritual number. So the number 7 here to me represent this is a very spiritual time for many of you. And things may not always go as planned, but that doesn't mean that they will not go well or end up well. And again, the word separation. So some of you are separating yourself from spouses, toxicity, environments, work, toxic relationships, toxic beliefs about yourself, whatever it is. There's definitely a change and a separation that leads to a much firmer structure and foundation. And with that, I was shown an Eiffel Tower, and I have no idea why. Okay, it's a monument, but so if some of you are going to Paris, have a fantastic time. Or if something means to you through the symbol of Eiffel Tower, please let me know, because that's the first one I heard. But anyway, thank you so much. I wish you a wonderful month of March. If you would like a private session, of course, that information is down below for you. Thank you for watching, sharing, liking, and subscribing. This means more to me than you will ever know. I always say that, and I always mean it. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.